I'm Meredith Bell, here with another tip on being strong for performance. Have you recently had a situation where someone said or did something that had a negative impact on you or on other people? Did you give that person constructive feedback? If you didn't, you're not unusual because most of us have never learned how to do that well. In fact, we often resort to ignoring and hoping the person figures it out for themselves, or we say something that comes across as very critical and judgmental, such as, how could you possibly think that or do that or say that? Instead, I want to share with you 5 steps that will make such a big difference in the way you interact with others when you need to give feedback and they receive it from you. So the first step is to think about the whole picture. This person has made a mistake or done something wrong, and it's in the context of other things that they do right. So the first thing you want to do when you approach them to talk about this is to affirm the positives, the things that you appreciate about them. And then you can get into the specifics. That's step 2. What specific behavior did you observe firsthand that caused the problem for you or for others? And then the next step, the third step, is to describe its impact. What negative outcome occurred because of what happened? The fourth step is to reset expectations. So instead of what did happen, you describe what you want to happen in the future and why. And then you also get that other person to commit to that particular behavior and give them the opportunity to ask questions if they need clarification. And the 5th step involves encouraging them, supporting them, letting them know, I believe in you. I know that you can do this, and I'm here for you. So let's just take a quick example of someone on your team who interacted with one of your clients, and you happen to observe the interaction. You can approach the person and say, you know, Jane, you are usually so exceptional with our clients. They love working with you. I noticed today you interrupted Mr. Smith 3 different times, and your tone of voice sounded kind of impatient. And then you give the other individual the opportunity to describe their own perspective of what happened and why. And you can also then go into, I'm concerned that he may decide to take his business somewhere else if he has a bad experience like that with us. You could also ask the other person, what do you think might help cause him to want to come back and continue doing business with us? And that way you give the individual you're giving feedback to the opportunity to get creative and come up with some ideas of what they might do to take responsibility and set the situation right again. And then you can discuss, what do you think would be the right thing to do going forward? And that could involve resolving the issue with that person, but also just in general, what behavior are you looking for? Do you want them to have in the future? And then you can simply encourage them. I know how great you are with our clients, how effective you have been and will be in the future. If you need anything from me, I'm here for you. You hear the difference in that kind of approach instead of criticizing and judging. The other person feels respected, valued, and given the opportunity to interact with you as opposed to hearing this barrage of criticisms. If you'd like more ideas around giving constructive feedback and other tips for becoming a better communicator, I encourage you to pick up this book, Connect with Your Team, by my business partner, Denny Coates, and me.